Hi, everyone, and welcome to a very special coworking. This is a podcast about what makes a coworking or co-living or a community special. And they all have their little awesomeness, their little something special that Queen once said it's called love. And this month, we're welcoming Pauline Thomas from the LapTop. So, the LapTop is a co-working space in Paris, and I believe now in Marseille. She will talk more about this later. And it's designed for designers, yes, and offering all kind of trainings about UX and things like that. Pauline, thank you for being here with us this month.
Hey, thank you, Fanny. Hello, everybody.
And I was saying that the laptop started in Paris and maybe not in Marseille, but it's been a long story in Paris first. That right?
Yeah, yeah,
It's been a long time ago.
yeah. It's been more than 10 years now. 11.
Wow.
So yeah, it was like one of the first co-working space in France, like the fifth, I think. So
And how did it start? Because if it's one of the first in France, meaning you didn't have many roles models, and one day you just wake up and you think, oh, I'll open a co-working space in Paris.
yeah, yeah. So at that time, I was like a truly digital nomad. That's why I call it the laptop. So I
Mm-hmm.
used to live in UK and then as a freelance, and then I worked in the US in San Francisco for Adobe, and also as I have like a artistic side. So I traveled with my exhibitions. So I discovered in Berlin as well some
Yeah.
space like that, and I thought that's for me. That's for freelance. I think freelancers don't have the a home or office to work, so it's like a cafe, but it's too noisy.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really meet people. So I thought in France we needed this type of space. So that's why I came back to France,
Yeah.
and I decided to open a space for designers, for authors, developers, researchers, teachers, and like a beautiful space where you can feel inspired and be happy to go to work.
Yeah, but you had already a job. You were saying you were traveling with your art, so you have all that things going on, and you're adding a space to that. So it's a
Yeah,
big
I was
decision.
unconscious. I
No?
was 30, I was very young. I was totally unconscious about the thing. Yes, because it's not just a
Yes.
space, but it's a company.
Yeah, and so you started and you start to understand the reality of managing a
Yes.
space.
Oh my God.
That's apparently was a big discovery.
Yeah, it was quite harsh, but it was very exciting because so many people
Hmm.
opened the door of my space. They were very enchanted by the space. They wanted to experience another way of working. So I was like, wow. So there
Yeah.
we are living in the same, ideal of work, and what
Hmm.
to create a collective. It's like an open-minded collective of freelancers, so we could work without a boss, without rules, without the rigid frame of a traditional company.
Yeah, because I heard a lot about France and how stiff they can be in their hierarchy in the prison team. So you need to be there, you
Yeah.
need to have a lot of meeting, and there's really that culture of on-site, of meetings, of the worst I ever heard is people putting the jacket on their chair to show that they're being there and leaving the jacket there and just doing whatever they want on the side just to show that
I
they're
didn't know
present.
that.
You didn't know.
Oh, that's funny. Uh, yeah, it's well, I didn't know that, but yeah. But I think yeah, in France the problem is the hierarchy, because now it's changing, so which is
Mm,
good. And also as a designer, I was a UX designer at that time. uh, I wanted to bring all those skills, the new skills of the
Agility.
designer. Ouais, agility, creativity, problem solving problem,
Hmm.
analyze, organization, structuring, and collaboration. So the co-working was for me
Hmm.
what the best fit between the new job, the new role, because UX at this time also didn't exist that much in France. So it was
Yeah.
two branch co-working plus UX UX design evolution. So I was like
Hmm.
at the, the joint of everything.
Because I understand you were for designers, for freelancers, but you weren't kicking people out if they didn't fit in one of those two categories. It's just that the
Ouais.
main people that were attracting, but that concept, but I crazy idea of working not from an office were freelancers and designers, but not all of them, maybe.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, we were very open. I think the crazy, the odd, I would say the odd thing is that
Mm.
it's the space itself who or which select the people, because it
Oh,
was very very calm, very quiet, uh,
really?
and so you really needed to feel fine and be able to open to the others, to discuss with the others.
Hmm.
It was quite intimate,
Yeah,
so it's really the space which rejects people, but it was very few people. Huh?
yeah.
Voilà. So
They
it's
pre-qualify themselves. They see the space. They see this is for me, or no, I hate this.
voilà.
Just let's get the hell out of here.
Voilà,
Uh,
exactly. Stay quiet.
to the love it hate it relationship of it. Yeah, yeah, I get it. And I understand you have the co-working where people come with a laptop, that's the name,
Mhm.
and start working. And there's the more UX side of things where you had some kind of events or training, stuff like that, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, so with the evolution of the space, I had to add other space, so connected
Mhm.
to the at the same address. So at some point, I had three spaces at the same address. So one for the events, for the trainings, and for also for hiring for meetings for other companies.
Mhm.
So yeah, the events was very important for me because it was the foundation of the training. So it
Mhm.
was, and it's still a very interesting tool to understand the needs of people, and also for people to connect and voilà, to feel less alone in their job, in their life. So it's quite like for me, the laptop is like a place for friends, well, professional friendship, you know,
Yeah.
because we are lots of friends, but we also work together or we want to work together. So that's why it started to be a collective of freelancers, and we work for a company. And
In collective, what do you mean exactly? Was it a legal entity
non,
or
non. Le laptop was comment dire, the umbrella. It's
yeah?
like the group, the official official brand. And so now the freelancers work with the laptop for other company. But at that time, I work also with them, and then I couldn't do everything because
Yeah,
it's
so
crazy.
it's not just a space where people come to work doing their own activity. It was also a company hiring freelancer to do
Voilà.
some kind of design work.
Voilà. But this activity has stopped in a way as the thing is that I'm not an agency, so we had
Hmm.
to recruit someone who managed the projects, and we couldn't do that at that time. And I really prefer to teach, enfin, to develop the training, so
Yes.
people are more autonomous and
So
they
the
don't need
goal
freelancer.
wasn't really to create, like you were saying, an agency. You
Ouais,
much prefer teaching and
ouais,
doing the
voilà,
trainings and let then people work on whatever they
voilà.
want.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and I think from this moment,
Yes.
co-working became less attractive for me, and
Hmm.
for people, because I was less engaged with the co-workers, because it was only a few people, like we were only 15, so this was not that much.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to well, transmit all my learnings from the US, the
Yes.
UK, and then the design sprint with Google. So I wanted to spread, and it was for me like the
Yes.
new co-working, like the huge community of designer that we needed to bring at a upper level. I don't know if I'm clear.
No, no. And how did that look like? That looked like trainings, I understand, maybe events, stuff like that.
Voilà, training, events,
Hmm.
mentoring as well. What we did, it was very interesting. I think we want to do that again. It's
Hmm.
like a creative jam with Adobe, or the cooperathon with
Yeah.
Desjardins Hybrid. It's really the competition with competition, or with the we do design sprints for good, for during 2 days or 3 days or 5 weeks,
Yes.
and so we bring project owners or people who have interesting projects for the planet.
Yes.
And so I invite the community, the alumni, the freelancers, the teachers, to facilitate all this. And so we ship lots of
Yeah.
projects, which for me is much more fine, much more interesting, because we are spreading very far the methodology.
Yes. So there's always this core of design and UX. And I'm sorry, this is completely unrelated, but I was complaining about the weather with Pauline just before. I'm in Belgium. It's like
Hey.
that. The weather is very, very bad. So it was raining like crazy. It was snowing. There was ice. There was everything. So much wind. And now the sun is so bright. I'm like almost getting blind. I don't understand. This is crazy. This last few days, it has been, I think, freezing on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday it was almost 20 degrees. Like it's like summer and winter
Ouais.
in 2 days. Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
anyway, so I'm
but
very shiny.
no, but this is a topic, the water
The weather.
crisis, all of
Yes.
these things. So we train now on the systemic design. Uh,
Hmm.
we really, I think now, my focus is really to train people and designers to understand the general crisis
So, because
systemic
yes, you
racism
had
thinking.
always that core. We were talking about design, about UX, design thinking, all those kind of things. And you had the co-working, you had event, you had training, you had hackathon, and all those organized around your space. And that's what really all your activity. And now you're telling me you're also adding a layer of sustainability and
Mm,
environmental changes to it.
yeah, because it's urging. So at some
Hmm.
point I regret to I regret not being as conscious as I am now about those
Hmm.
dependencies, because our the role of the designer is very important in the is more important than we think
Hmm.
on the system, on the organization. And so we need to design things
Hmm.
that are able to keep our world still running. you know
Rich, I would say rich, rich of all, everything it has. Sustainability by design,
Eh oui,
isn't
so
it?
it's we really have to do that
Mhm.
now.
So it's a topic that has come with the design and sustainability. Also, I understand that you've been in Paris a long time, but you yourself is living in Marseille, and you were telling me you used to take the train back and forth, and it's like 3 hours, something like that.
Yeah, 3 hours. Well, a bit more, but yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
No,
three,
it's
4 hours, Paris, Marseille, but it's a lot of kilometers. Do you
mm,
know about how many kilometers there's between Paris and
mm,
Marseille?
I think it's 800 or I think like that.
800. I think by car it's like a full day,
It's a
something
full
like
day.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And 3 hours by train. It's so fast. We don't have that in Belgium. It's Belgium is too small. There's not such
We,
distance, but
but you have water, which is good. It's raining, which is good.
it's raining and sunny. All good. It's all green. Belgium is very, very green. No problem with that. And now there's the laptop in Marseille as well. Or
Mhm.
did I misunderstand?
No, yeah, yeah. So Marseille is a totally different kind of city.
Oh yeah,
I think we could oppose Marseille to Paris,
I think a lot of people do.
and they're right, and I think it's great. So yeah, because it's more it's like it's a city more unstructured but very interesting as there are lots of charities working
Hmm.
together. It's more like a network.
Yes,
It's less capitalistic, like less big company. So I think it's more it's closer to my to the model of the co-workings. Like we
a
bring things
collaborative
together.
space.
Voila,
Hmm.
we try to
Very
and
flat.
we're very flat. Enfin, not every time, but it tends to. And also, what I like, and it was also a very, it's a foundation also for laptop is the art side, the creation.
Hmm.
Like at the beginning, I organized lots of art shows for
Hmm.
young artists. It was cool, and
Exhibition. Yes.
well, exhibitions, and so I do that now as well in Marseille because there are lots of artists, and the building is full of artists. It's full of
Oh.
art studio, and there is a very large crew of artists, but also designers. So I try
Hmm.
to mix both, like I did at the beginning. So
But I feel, a lot of designers are also illustrators or do some kind of art on the side. And it's more for to earn
that's
a
true.
living. So, for example, in April, we'll have a movie festival here in Belgium where I
Mm,
volunteer, and a lot of movie director going there. It's more budget movie. It's a genre movie, so it's
okay.
not super famous, super popular. So usually they do it, they do those movies, and on the side they do some kind of advertising or some kind of other movie making, less artistic,
Mhm.
but to earn also a living because as an artist you're not always running on money.
Mm. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, yeah. So I feel art, painting, illustration, and design really comes in together.
And music as well. So the new space
Hmm.
is very large because the rents are very low compared to Paris, of course. So it's large, and so it is as it is my art studio. It is
Yes.
also a place for my team to come to work, to come working when they want to see the sun. And it's also a place for seminars. So the seminars for our teachers or for
Mhm.
companies who wants for small companies. It's the best because you can sleep in the space.
It's like a retreat space too.
Ouais, could be a retreat. And training as well, because we will start train people from end of May, which is cool
Ooh,
as well. So for now, so we do that. We host les Beaux-Arts de Marseille and the young artists who
yes.
exhibit their work. And les portes ouvertes. Alors comment on dit? Open
Open door.
doors. Les portes ouvertes des
Open
ateliers
day.
d'artistes.
And yeah.
So voilà. So it could be anything because we can sleep, we can eat. I can also organize
Wow.
dinners or a new
Well, cuisine
encounters.
is a kind of art as well, so it all goes
Eh oui,
together.
and parties.
And parties,
I,
it's an art too. Yes, of
th-
course.
I think that will be the future of the laptop.
Partying. I like
Dancing.
that. And is Marseille completely different than Paris, or did you like copy paste and do they have some kind of similar structure or framework or
It's quite different. Now it's more space, and so no, I can't really reproduce because I will never do co-working again. Enfin, as I did, sorry.
no, go for it, go for it. We're here between friends, so you can say whatever you want.
But I was very happy to host this activity when I was young and unconscious and very naive.
I understand.
But now for me, the community is more important, and it you I
Mhm,
can't really comment dire, constraint to a space, because the
mhm.
community now is really wide. There are
Yes,
lots of people in Lille, in Lyon, in Nantes, in Bordeaux, in Marseille now.
all over
Um,
the place.
so yeah, so the space is just voilà, a place to meet, a place
Yes.
to meet or to dance or to sleep. Mais voilà, so I can't really reproduce. And also Paris is still
Paris.
very central. Voilà.
Mm,
So the main trainings, the main events are still organized in Paris,
mhm,
but I'm working on creating special ones, the trainings and events in Marseille with the community of Marseille. And then probably another person of my team will do the same in Nantes. So we try to map
mhm.
the territory.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty wide. You have built a strong legwork all over the year.
Yeah, it's cool. But more we train, more we train, the more we meet people, and the more people
Yeah.
send their friends or their professional friends to us.
Word of mouth,
Anyway,
always.
that works.
It's the number one. It's gold. Mhm.
So yeah,
And
so yeah.
I believe having great word of mouth also prove that you're hitting something. You've been doing something right, and it shows, and that's why you have great word of mouth.
Mm. And also now there are competitors, which is a good thing. It says as well that there
Mhm,
are problems to solve and
mhm.
opportunities to tackle.
The demand
So
is there.
yeah, but
Mhm.
it's cool. I mean, so
Yeah.
I think we found everything are very different. I think people who are opening the doors of the laptop, they are in the same mindset.
Mhm.
They are very
We'll
voilà.
come back to the beginning where you were saying that the space
Mm,
chooses the people.
exactly. So it's the same doors. The training or co-working is the same doors, even online, because we do lots of training online.
Oh,
So
yeah? And did you start before the lockdowns, or did you have the start because of the lockdowns, or how did it happen online?
mhm. So it's a little bit of both. So really,
Mm.
of course, we had to transform
Yes.
all our catalog to from offline to online, but
Mm-hmm.
we had parcours. It's a program. It's a long program with online meetings, like
Yes.
but it's more a practical program. So it's like a mentoring
Yes.
program online in fine, with a group and individual. So we still
Yeah.
have this, but it's more long. It's much more longer than
Yes.
the first one.
Mm-hmm.
But voilà, so I think we try to have to mix.
Mm-hmm.
So one session is offline, one session is online,
Mm-hmm.
and the thing is that lots of people asked us to keep our trainings online because
Really?
they all left
Even
Paris.
now, because yeah, but because a lot of people after the lockdowns, they were so fed up with online, they
Exactly.
all wanted to
Et
go
oui,
back on
c'est
site. But
ça.
you're saying that they
Ouais,
also want online. They want
ouais,
both.
ouais. It's mixed. Ouais,
It's mixed.
that was our
Hybrid.
issue. Ouais, hybrid is difficult. It's no, it's not possible. I would say because we do lots of workshops on the training, so it's difficult to be online and offline. Mais because the thing is that lots of people left Paris.
Ah, voilà.
It's a lot,
Hmm. And
and
they don't
so
want to go back.
and I think also lots of people work online. Yeah, online with in their company, so
Hmm.
they want to
Well, as a
be.
freelancer or as designers, a lot of your work is on the computer. So,
And also on the meetings, there are still,
mhm,
voilà, there are lots of online meetings. So that's why I think
yes.
people needs to have the right tools,
Oh, yes.
understand our tips, our tricks. They want to bring our experience to their company,
Yes.
that kind of thing. But what
Mhm.
it changed a lot, lots of things, and now
Yes.
we create. We are creating a full online uh,
Ooh.
program. So well, now it's cool. We had to innovate
Yeah.
a lot.
And what's next for the future? Do you have something in the oven or
Alors, I think I will stop opening space. No. I kept
maybe,
you.
maybe. I heard, I think the last guest stop. He stopped the co-working space thing and he went into SaaS or something like that for co-working spaces. But I was like, I was crazy like you. I was crazy at the time. It's so much work. I don't want to have a phone call at 2 a.m. on Saturday because someone is stuck in the elevator. That's not something I want to do anymore. Maybe as a retired, when he's retired, doesn't have to do anything. A co-working space for retirees. He
Non, mais
was
c'est
saying
clair. Ça,
maybe something very cool like that, but never again the same experience because of course
c'est
you
clair.
love it because you're in contact with
Oui,
beautiful people, you meet
ouais,
new
c'est
people,
ça.
the energy
Mm,
is
c'est
fantastic,
incroyable.
but
Mm.
it's tiring.
Mais ouais, ouais, it's very
Yeah.
tiring. So now we are in process of changing and evolve.
Hmm.
We evolve every day, every month. But I think
Yeah.
the big thing now is really to create a media,
Hmm.
and with the community as contributors. So we started. We are working on it for years, but I think now we have a good process because we invite
Huh.
the heads of community of
Hmm.
people who have been trained and alumni who are very interesting, or want to share their experience, and we give them our tools, and so they can organize their own event, or they can write easily articles, or because we work with Muriel, who is rewriting. So if you don't know how to write, it's okay. We will write for you the article.
Everybody's welcome.
So we organize as well the slash design, which is like it's
Yes.
a podcast as well as you do, but it's at laptop. It's public, so people can come as well. So it's like a gathering. So we try to hybrid all the stuff and get and give the keys to the community who wants to contribute, and there are lots of
Yes.
people. So this is long, but I think we are in a good way.
Yeah. So this is really a crazy adventure. You started in Paris, 3 hours away from Marseille, where you live, and you started a co-working space without knowing anything about it and all the challenges you will encounter in the future. And then it's not just a co-working; it's a space for meeting, for trainings, for seminar, for hackathon about design, UX, and then sustainability, all kind of things, really. And now you're doing the same in Marseille with a lot of artists too, with a lot of party. You can sleep, eat, do everything there. And now you're doing a media company as well. You're doing everything.
Ouais, I think I forgot some stuff, but I think it's voilà.
That's a
it's,
good start.
it's the main thing.
Hmm.
Mais qu'est-ce que je pourrais dire encore? Mais oui, no, I think
Hmm.
now I think I'm getting old. I think co-working has just you know absorbed me totally. So I just want to give the keys,
Yeah.
but it takes time. It takes time for me to do that.
Preparing the next generation.
Eh oui, mais bon,
Are they
probably.
ready? Mm.
Well, not totally. Not, it's not for this year. Mais bon, I love this
Uh,
project as well. So
And you, do you know what you're gonna do once you hand over the key? Will you stay here, being more like a tourist, or you would love like
now
just being there?
I would like
Uh,
to to do
mhm,
more art, of course, but
uh,
I won't sell that much. I think, but I do want more art. But I like really
mhm,
writing because I wrote a book about design sprint. I would like to write more
yes.
and to be more involved into the problems that we are facing now
Mhm.
around the water and
Wow.
lots
Mhm.
of stuff because there is
You're
I
always full of ideas. You're saying you don't have any energy anymore, but you have all
ouais,
the
voilà.
ideas still.
That's my issue in life.
I
I'm
understand that
tired,
so
and
much.
then when I wake up, I say, oh, okay, I can do that. So I want to invent a new system. That's my thing, and so
Wow.
uh, I think voilà, we need to bring inventors. So that's what I try to do
Mm,
to identify people who can change things and
wow.
fast.
Change makers.
I would like to, yeah, and fast.
And fast,
we will,
fast change maker.
well, but I think well, Marseille is the best place for that because there is everything to get inspired,
Yes.
and we have all the problems in this city, so it's perfect. It's a perfect territory
There's an
of
energy to move.
experimentation.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, but it is.
Voilà.
We're coming at the end of our talk. I know there's a lot to talk about still, but if you had to choose only one, is there one more thing you'd like to tackle, to talk about, to mention?
Mm, I think we need to change the way we work, and so
Mhm.
co-working is a way, but I think we need to invent something else, like dancing, like co-dancing.
Co-dancing, I
So
love this.
well, I think that's a good serious.
I was thinking, I think that one of the first co-working in my hometown was done in a former disco.
Ah, génial. That that will be my project in 10 years.
Yeah. Hmm.
Open a club for professional friends.
Yeah,
Now,
but
I
yeah.
think dance is a good thing. I've seen that at the Stanford,
Mhm.
at the IDEO the D-School, voilà, the D-School, and the dance
Mhm.
really it was very serious. And it's part
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the creation of the work. So
Mhm.
I think I want to tackle
Part of the
this.
creation. Amazing, amazing. Well, Pauline, thank you very much.
Thank you so
I
much.
just wanted to ask you if people want to know more about the laptop and all the different activities you're doing in France, because there's a lot. Where can they find the information, and what's the best way to contact you?
So the website is lelaptop.com. So you will see the
Mhm.
training, the events, the
Okay,
agenda.
all the information is there.
Voila. And if you want to contact me, you can try by LinkedIn, but I won't reply very fast, but I will reply. And Fanny
Someday.
knows that. Fanny knows that.
That's how
And,
we met.
voila. And Instagram, I think I'm more reactive because
Mhm.
I have not much people who contact me there. So that's that's there is a
That's the
open
place
space.
to be then.
Voilà.
Yeah.
So Instagram is Pauline à
Enterprise.
la page. Pauline à la page.
Putting up as I'll put the link of the website and of Instagram in the comment. And voila.
Eh,
Thank you very
merci.
much, Pauline, for all the energy, for all the different ideas and project and all that. It was really amazing. And we'll catch up again.
Eh, yeah, of course.
Yes.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye bye.